Oh my goodness, live from the Lock 100 studios in sunny Carlsbad, California, an enclave of San Diego County. On the Air is on the air. I'm Sully, along with my flow hosts,
Little Tommy and Russ T Nailz.
Thank you very
Are
much.
we staring down the barrel of, did you mention that we are staring down the barrel of an anniversary? Did I understand that?
We're coming
What
up.
year?
We're coming up to 2 years. That's amazing. Today is episode 79, and I can't believe it.
I love the text I got this morning from Tommy. He says, 79 episodes, 3 shirts.
What?
He's had a total of three
see.
costume changes.
Yeah.
Hey, this is really cool because today we have a great band pretending Chrissie, but we also have another band daring greatly at the end.
Yeah, because
Two
Darren
bands.
Greatly is a good local band, been on this program for many, many
They're
times.
so cool.
But they had never played the Belly Up.
Yeah.
So we used our, hey babe, hey Chris, I got a band for you, babe.
Listen, man.
So last time we played there, we just asked if it would be okay if we could have our friends Darren Greatly come over.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were part of that or not, but I know that they were trying to, and fantastic. They got a show coming up.
Tomorrow
tomorrow
night.
night.
Tomorrow
at the
night.
Belly Up, and they're friends with pretending Chrissie, so that's.
So how do you like that?
Oh,
Aren't those guys? First of all, welcome. How are you guys doing? It's so great to see you.
Great. How are you?
Aren't those guys? And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, Rip from Yellowstone here is again on
He's
bass.
back.
Yes.
You know what they call a room full of bass players?
What is that?
Prison.
Oh, I see. Here we go. That's a good joke.
But first of all, welcome to the program, and we've heard so much about you guys. And I have to just say about Darren Greatly, good bunch of guys, right? I mean, you
my
just
God,
talk
yes.
about, coming up from just nothing into
Right.
being really popular. And you guys, of course, are one of the most popular tribute bands.
The.
And
Oh,
honestly,
hey.
yeah.
We came up in the ranks since
Yeah, you did.
yesterday.
So can
Wow.
you kick something out for us real
Yeah,
quick?
play something right away.
Absolutely.
Maybe the Rush Limbaugh song? What is that what
No, they already have it all planned out. They have it all planned out.
I'm just asking.
Don't make that face.
All right, fine.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. One.
Of the road, trying to find me. I'm standing in the middle of life with my plans behind me. I got a smile for everyone I meet. As long as you don't try dragging my pain, dropping a bomb on my street. Now come on, baby, get in the road. Come on now, in the middle of the road, yeah. Middle of the road, see the dawn has things. Like tobacco driving round in Jeeps through the city, wearing big diamond rings and silk suits. Past corrugated tin shacks full up with kids, a man I don't need a Hempstead nursery. When you own a big chunk of the bloody third world, the babies just come with the scenery. Now come on, baby, get in the road. Come on now, in the middle of the road, yeah. private cul-de-sac. I can't care from the cab to the curb without some little trick on my back. Told the rest me, can't you tell I'm going home, I'm tired as hell. I'm not the cat I used to be, I gotta get up 33, baby. Get in the road. Come on now. In the middle of the road, yeah.
You should be a Pretenders cover band. Have you ever met? I asked this of all these tribute bands. Have you ever met
Chrissie?
Chrissie?
No, I have not.
I mean, you are like most cover bands and tribute bands. Can play great music, and you guys certainly can. But you actually look the part. I mean, I get you.
And sound.
I bet you get pulled over all the time. You sound exactly like her. You look like her, and the band's fantastic. So well done, guys and gals.
And if I may, I'd like to introduce the band.
Rick from Yellowstone.
That's Johnny Rhinestone
I think
on
should be
bass.
a house bass player. Just stand there and.
So cool.
That dude's name is Johnny Rhinestone on bass guitar. Sure. Right behind him on keyboards, Jeff Shell. And then on guitar, Bob Ruppel. Drums, Dan Renwick. And lead vocals, Wild Rose.
Yes, it is.
Well done. What is our drummer's name again?
Dan Renwick.
Dan, how do you? So when we got this this F-note drum kit.
Oh, it's an electronic drum.
Electronic.
thing.
So most people can't tell, but every time we have a band come in, it's sort of I want to bring my own kit. But how do you like that thing? It's got 500 different sounds on that thing.
It's pretty cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's really. cool.
And just be honest, were you skeptical when you first walked in, or were you aware of this?
No, I actually did my homework. I looked at a couple of shows before, and I was like,
good.
That's an electronic kit.
Yeah.
Look like it.
And so what's interesting about that is I didn't even know this because I'm a ventriloquist. I'm not even singing up there. I just stand there. But I didn't realize that there's different sounds that drums make. Like you can have like a little cocktail sound.
Oh, really?
Or you can have like a big stadium sound, right? It's
you
amazing.
can make it sound like space noises. And
Yeah.
all kinds
So
of-
did you just dial in what you normally play there? And no, you did. Just went up there and did your
I
thing.
came in and sounds good.
All right,
Do
beautiful.
you guys have a song where space noises could actually happen? 'Cause I'd really like
the
to.
David Bowie thing. You know, Major Tom.
Hey,
Or what's the other one? Well, you used to spin that
one.
91X, remember?
Da-na-na-na.
Major Tom, the other Major
Hey,
Tom.
speaking of 91X, we do have 3 great guests I want to get to.
All right.
Let's introduce the very first guest from Star 94.1's Jesse and Tati in the Morning, and from One More Win, ladies and gentlemen, Escondido's Jesse Lozano.
Jesse! Oh, look at he's.
Well,
Are we live now?
Are we
too?
live?
you guys are on my show right now.
Yeah, we're
so,
fantastic.
Wow.
hi
Well,
guys.
hey, great to
Jesse.
see you.
Like a hall of
Good to see you,
mirrors
Kiss
here.
FM. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you named the station. I'm probably on it.
Sure.
Here, so, is this? Could he be in the 5-time club?
I think he might.
Are you
be.
in the 5-time club?
Did I make it?
There's
It's
only
my time.
there's only like 3 or 4 people.
Well, they just did it on SNL, right? Like Tina Fey and all them saluted. What's his name?
You'll get a
From Beyond
jacket
for
one
Time.
day.
Yeah,
I gotta get something, a trophy or something.
Great to see
An
you.
Emmy.
I'm super stoked because Jesse called me a couple of weeks ago, or he actually called Mary a couple of weeks ago and said, "Hey, my wife's doing this thing and the thing and the thing. Can you guys play?" So we're actually playing at one of your home events. It's not even a 94.1 event. It's just like a.
Is that your house?
all the drunken people in the neighborhood event.
That's correct, and he's gonna make me look like a star because before they go with like a DJ, kind of low budget status, keep it low. And I'm
I
like,
see.
no, watch this.
I see.
We'll get a full band.
Okay, what is
Get
it?
the stage.
Rock.
It's a fundraiser for my son's school.
No, fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
It'll be
It's gonna
great,
be fun.
dude. Yeah, and we're excited.
Because I remember living in a neighborhood in Carmel Valley
Cul-de-sac.
On a cul-de-sac when I first got into radio. Those are some fun times.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you park it. I used to get off the air on AM 1130 KSDO, which I don't even know the station. Come home on Fridays, and I wouldn't leave till Monday. I love those neighborhoods.
It's literally the neighborhood. So if you live in the right cul-de-sac, there's a thing going on once a month. It's all there.
Well, thank you.
But speaking of Star 94.1, I follow all of you guys on social media. You guys have a lot going on, like brand new stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
We've got a new TalkBack feature now that you can be a part of our morning show if you just are listening on the iHeartRadio app. If you're listening to Star, there's a button you hit, and all of a sudden you can record your voice and send it directly to me in the studio, and I can get you on with your take, your comments.
But the point is, how do you curate that stuff? 'Cause there's got to be hundreds of those things coming in at you.
Yes, there is. Thank goodness I have a great producer who will sift through that, because I will absolutely.
That's the job.
Shelly Brown.
Shelly Brown, once
We've had
again,
on the air,
come to the rescue. And then, we're doing our golf tournament. We do a golf tournament once a year that helps high school athletics here. We raise a ton of money for schools here in San Diego, and our golf tournament was just announced. It's on
That's
sale
One
now.
More Win?
One More Win is the name of our charity, and that's all we do. We just did we did 150 new uniforms for Granite Hills track team. We did brand new uniforms and a ton of equipment for the Fallbrook High School girls basketball team. We find the schools that stink at fundraising, and we totally jump in.
Will you pledge not to buy masks?
I will pledge no masks.
No masks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You know what's interesting, though, is that wasn't there a time that we were in high school when the uniforms just came with it? With the taxes that you pay to go to school?
Yes.
Wasn't that the part of the...
Kinda.
And the problem with that now is that is still the case for some sports and certain schools. But it depends on what sport you're playing, what neighborhood you're in. Now it all matters.
Yeah.
So your foundation, your charity goes and kind of picks out every year.
It's very easy. And you can nominate your school right now if you're watching this. If you go to onemorewin.org, spell it any way you want, just give us a little wish list of what your specific high school athletic program
How many do you get average? Like?
Oh, probably 50 to 60 nominations.
Let's do a wheel.
Pick 3.
A
Should I do a wheel of donating?
Yes. Sorry, it's your charity.
We used to have a wheel. We used to have a wheel on our show called "I Think I'm Dying," and basically we'd spin. You'd give me your symptoms, and we'd spin you through it, and we'd either say you got liver cancer or you're just alcohol.
It's terrifying.
What do you mean spell it any way you want? Isn't it just one way to spell it?
The number 1 or the word 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's confusing. Huh?
Hey.
It is. That's what we got.
You're kind of in the weeds there. That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
No, but I love
wheel idea.
I love Jesse, and I love the fact, and I say this all the time, in that building at iHeart in San Diego, you have all these great morning shows in the same hallway. Every single show, from KGB on down, from Rock 105, Channel 933, and you guys, they all have like 8 people on their show. But when they go to Star 94.1, there's just 3 of you.
Well, because Jesse is a zoo. Right? They call it a morning zoo. You're your own zoo.
Well, I found out the other day I'm one of the only guys that still runs this soundboard. I didn't realize that most of the guys and gals that I compete against have a nice coffee cup and just a
like the 360 here, like the
and
instant replay.
Hang out, not much to do. I'm still doing everything.
I feel like get away from it.
Like I still have my instant replay for the first year I was on radio. Honestly,
I took one of those on an airplane one time, and they thought it was a bomb.
It is a bomb. Are you still doing Kiss FM also?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know that you're basically the heir apparent to you know who?
To the sea.
The name which shall not be mentioned.
The crest, the family crest.
You are the heir apparent to Ryan Seacrest, man.
Maybe.
Oh crap.
I don't want to work that much.
Oh,
attaboy.
Except for
That's what I'm talking about.
You got mouths to feed, fella.
It feels like enough now, like any more would be too much.
Well, wait a second. If you get on that platform, I mean, San Diego is the 8th biggest area of dominant influence market in the country. Yeah. You're in a big market.
Yeah.
LA's number 2 market. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's a big platform, which also means probably national television hosting of Family Feud.
But you know how it works.
My wife is at home going, yes.
With fame.
Is he listening? He's not listening.
Sully knows how fame works. Nobody knows you. Everybody knows you. And nobody knows you.
Right.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I think I don't. If I could do everything, if I could take over, if I could move and stay here in San Diego, I would.
I think you can.
It's the whole living in LA.
Step 1, quit running your own board.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes, let's
go.
go.
Be done with
talent. Your talent. That's
what talk radio is. See, talk radio guys. The reason I know how to run my own board is because I did afternoons for a week on KGB and fill in for Co Lewis, and she taught me how to run the board.
Sure.
And ever since then. But in talk radio, there's always,
A person doing it.
dude on the other side.
All right, new guest.
I need
time.
someone in Tommy's stable to come and help and produce my show in that way.
He will.
Or just Tommy.
He will.
Or just
Hey.
Tommy. Come on.
Let's
You
go.
got it. But Shelley Brown is the best. I think she's one of the best in the country.
All right, very good.
All right, our next guest.
Let's go. Hit it. Let's go.
From the Casbah, from Wonderfront, and from 91X, celebrating 40 years in San Diego, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Pyles.
Hey. Look at that. Speaking of engineers on the other side of the glass.
There he
Boy
is.
toy. I'm here with the boy toy.
Right there, buddy. Got
Howdy,
it.
howdy.
Brother, how are
Nice
you?
to see you again. Good to be
Tim,
here.
speaking of that guy that ran the board and taught me most everything about radio, this guy here was there in the first day, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Sully and Scooter.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
I-
There's a
I
name
helped-
you don't hear
I
anymore.
took that show to the next level.
You really did.
You lasted how long?
The wrong way, though.
We were like a couple years, and then
Yeah.
Where's Tim's picture? You should have Tim's picture somewhere up here. Sully, what the
No,
heck?
I've asked for stickers. We need stickers to
Yes,
put up.
yes,
Can
I'm-
we get like a big sticker? Because we'll throw it up here.
All right, I'm in.
We don't need this album. Let's put a big sticker because
I can put it over that.
Remember the Obey Andre the Giant thing?
Yes.
You have a very
That's what
Obey-esque.
inspired me at Shepherd Ferry.
It's a fantastic.
Thank you very much.
It's a great logo.
I appreciate
And
it.
I bet you see those all over the world.
They do. They have travel.
know they
Bands have taken them around the world for me. I appreciate it.
Well, I love San Diego radio history, and the reason why we invited you was I saw a post that said 91X celebrating 40 years. And that's why you're here. I mean, that's
They did a big
awesome.
promotion. Now, I have nothing to do with this. My thing is Loudspeaker, the local music show. I'm supporting all these great
That's
local
on
bands.
91X.
But the powers that be decided to do something pretty big with 91X, and it is celebrating its heritage, but it's moving forward with 40 years. I mean, it's playing all the
We got
great
bookends here.
It's
Who is the
Marty
morning
and
show?
Danielle. Marty and Danielle. Then you have Hillary.
No. Who was the morning show 40 years ago? Do you know anyone from that?
You have anybody? Oh, there he is, Rusty Nailz. Katie Manor, Dred Scott, Rusty Nailz.
Did you have a 360? Oh.
No, I am
that
not
was
a
the
board
old-
toucher. I went in to try to do comedy. I just needed a microphone. I didn't care if it was radio or a stand-up, but Steve West was always with me, or Brian Jones, or all these great DJs that love the music, love to mix music, which I never got into. But one day I had to do it myself.
Russ
and I
never
just
actually
panicked.
believed that the wires are actually connected to anything.
I don't.
He thought
Yeah.
somebody was playing a
As
joke.
long as there's a microphone, I'll start talking. You know what? I found an old commercial with Katie Manor.
Okay, when we
And,
come back,
we'll play it back
let's
in.
open
Nice.
it. Let's
I have a
open the
lot of
segment.
questions.
Let's open the
Many.
segment with your Katie Manor commercial.
Ryan
Boy,
Seacrest.
boy.
We're on Tim Pyles.
Rusty Nailz, little
Jesse
Tommy
Lozano.
and pretending Chrissie. That should bring you back.
Hey.
Got brass in pocket, got bottle, I'm gonna use it. Intention, I feel inventive, gonna make you notice. Got motion, restrained emotion, been driving, Detroit leaning. No reason to seem so pleasing. Gonna make you notice.
I mean, honest to goodness, that there, you sound.
That
just
there.
like- you sound just like when I was going to San Diego State listening to the much older Rusty Nailz.
Thank you.
on
You respect your elders, youngster.
So,
Little shaver.
now, your main co-host was Katie Manor.
No.
Who was your
I
first?
don't remember. I had so many
Yeah,
co-hosts.
Katie
Those days are
Manor,
a little
Dred
fuzzy for
Scott.
him.
Yeah.
Katie Manor,
If it's
Dred
91X,
Scott.
that's
Well, it
the vibe.
started before when I brought some beers and stuff down to Tijuana to party with a friend of mine, Chris K, the Jet, they called
I
him.
remember Chris.
And Nails on the Jet was the first
Oh,
morning
that's right.
show.
Yeah.
And then he got sick, and Sue Delaney dropped in for a couple mornings, and I was just smitten.
Yeah,
But-
Sue Delaney's pretty.
The reason why you're mentioning Tijuana, I don't know if everyone knows, that's where you went to broadcast.
Oh, yeah, OC.
You had to cross the border every day.
Every day. And when I worked with Steve West, he was illegally in one of those countries. And
So wait a
We
minute.
didn't get the transmitter for a while.
he lived in
God rest his
Tijuana,
soul. What a
but
great
he was
guy
from
Steve West was.
England, and he was,
Yeah.
so we taught him how to say El Cajon without an accent.
What did you guys do? Because traffic to and from Tijuana isn't the best. what if you had to go on the air at the top of the hour and you're not you're not even close?
I know. Well,
What do you do?
We actually did the Lord's work. Well, the drug lords. No. We'd bribe people at the front of the line with like hats. 91X stickers was
Will you let us in?
cash.
Or you just jumped in the car with them?
We just hit them over the head.
Yeah, right.
And, no, but we'd ask them, and one or two of the first 3 cars would say, "Sure, here's Boingo tickets. Let's go."
So there's a commercial here I want to play real quickly. And this commercial is with who?
This is with Katie Manor. Now, Katie Manor was, very cool to me and such a respectable DJ. I had no talent like that at all, thank God.
And what year is this from?
I don't know.
Well, it's like 81.
Started in 83.
83. Oh, 83.
This
Okay.
had to be 88-ish, I don't know, somewhere in there.
All right, let's roll this here.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Katie Manor.
That's it. Hi, I'm Russ T Nailz. This is Katie Manor.
From the Breakfast Club at 91X. And if you listen in the morning, we're giving away $1,000 every day. And it gets easier if you listen all day long.
Have to listen. Listen to me.
And it's so easy to win $1,000 on 91X.
Go ahead, tell them. Jeez. $1,000 every day, 7:15. Listen here.
The cutting edge of rock, 91X.
Now, is Katie Manor still alive?
Oh, yeah, she's still doing very well.
She's one of your ex-co-hosts that's still alive.
Yes.
Because unfortunately,
every other one dies, so don't break up with
so
me.
if I ever fire you,
Was that rear hug consensual?
Well, what
it
happened
didn't matter
was-
back then, did it?
Yeah. A lot of that.
It was the 80s, man.
A lot of that. So there's a lot of that was ad-libbed, and what I told her off camera before the edit came in was something I can't repeat anywhere. But I said, "Go ahead, tell him." And
So, okay, I have a question for you. So you were on the air at the time.
Yes.
With the Jeff and Jer show.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started in '88. I started in radio in 1982, but
Okay.
we started with Jeff and Jer on May 3rd.
So, what was I want to know what the background noise was on this new wave that came out of nowhere, right? Because at some point we went from playing
Skynyrd.
Well, Skynyrd and Boston, the
Beatles.
right?
Well,
and Molly Hatchet to suddenly
It was
Love My Way. And this was on the air, right?
It was, growing up here, being a teenager, listening to B100 and listening to KGB. When 91X came up, then there were 3. It was 91X, B100, and KGB, in my opinion. And they were all 3
But
humongous
KGB
stations.
had the music that you always sing on stage. It's still classic rock. Okay.
Yes.
B100 had
hits.
more of the hits and the poppy and the
B100 would be
I
like...
am woman, hear me roar. Right? So you had those
B100
songs.
had the hits.
And then we had, exactly, Maria Muldaur.
91X, which was kind of new wave, which, if I'm not mistaken, ran the same time as MTV came up. So it was 91X and MTV almost right at the same time.
Was there any from remember K-Rock? Remember K-Rock-Q? You're probably too young for this.
Rodney on the
From
Rock.
Was,
Legendary. station.
was there anybody from K-Rock that was on 91? Because it was literally kind of a sister station without being a sister
Halloran
station.
did the reverse. He was up at K-Rock for a little bit, but they had a lot to do with starting the end in Seattle. People that were started because alternative radio. 91X was one of the first in the country. There were only a handful. It was really Nirvana that exploded the format and made it where you had these stations all over the
Was
country.
it Rick Carroll? Was that the guy's name that started K-Rock and 91X?
Yeah.
Okay, question for the four of you.
Halloran has the best recollection of all.
What
this
is the
history.
first song you spun, babe, on the radio?
Dropped a needle on what?
Len, Steal My Sunshine.
No kidding.
Yep.
Which is Tommy's Watkins song.
Do you remember that moment? Do you remember hitting that red button?
100%.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Was it a
I
cart?
was at Palomar
Or was
College.
it was it a
Was it a?
No, it was a
Cart.
CD. It was a
Oh,
CD.
CD.
All the commercials were carts still, which was like that 8-track thing or whatever it was. But yeah, no, it was Palomar College, and I was doing a Monday night radio show that I had just gotten. It was the first song I played, and my show name was my name was Big Smooth.
Big Smooth.
We thought it was Susan.
Wow.
Big
Boy toy.
Smooth.
And so my
Wait a
show
second.
goes
I had
down
that at Jamba Juice this morning.
one of the worst names ever. It was Big Smooth's
Smooth.
Monday night party for all y'all that didn't get enough this weekend.
What?
One of the worst names of a show in
Big
the
Smooth
history
and
of
the
radio.
Night-
All right.
We're
Long.
gonna change the band to Big Smooth and the Nightcrawlers.
I like that.
Do you remember your first
You know, for me, well, I got to do it at La Jolla High School where we had a little lunchtime radio station thing going. It probably would have been Ghost Town from the Specials or something like that.
Yeah.
What about you?
We dropped the needle on the wrong speed. It was a New Order Blue Monday, and because they came in acetate or whatever it was, and so we're 33 and 30.
Did you do that stuff as a producer? I mean, were you the one
I was
playing the
also
music?
although I was producing, I was also on the air.
I know, but I'm saying, but as a producer on the air, were you the guy that actually did the musicals also?
Yes.
It was you.
Yeah.
What was the first song?
Well, the first song
Way back in '82.
The first song I played on the radio was Jazz '88, City College.
Oh wow, remember that?
And it was What's Your Story, Morning Glory by Joe Pass, a guitar player.
Oh yeah, Joe Pass.
But on the radio, on the real radio station, after midnight, with Shotgun just ending his show, I came on and I played Three Dog Night, Joy to the World. Cottonmouth and everything. And I even called my mom. I even called my mom. I called my mom, you know, on a landline.
I'm going to be talking in a second.
I'm going to talk, and then all I said was, KBZT San Diego.
And that was it. Which, by the way, you sound like that on the radio still to this day. Can we ever get the talk box on this show?
Yes.
It's like,
what do you mean, Sully?
I mean, wouldn't you like to?
I didn't know his voice was normal until I met him in person because I thought it was the box forever, you know?
And it was like a Radio Shack realistic thing.
Yeah, it is.
It was like a super cheap, like...
$20.
I say we bring that back.
I want to give a shout out to Jim McGinnis, who was the first guy to play new music, even before 91X, his shows on KGB. Yeah. He was exposing a lot of people to great new music before 91X. 40 years, though. It's crazy.
Gabriel Wisdom.
Yeah.
Well, after the break, I want to get to our next guest.
Okay.
And this guy's really cool, especially if you watch KUSI Sports.
Okay, we have somebody from the family here?
Someone from the family is here right after the break.
All right, let's take it. All right.
Más música, por favor.
Let's knock something out here.
Señorita!
Pretending Chrissie, a tribute to Chrissie Hynde and Pretenders. Also, make sure you go to pretendingchrissie.com.
Oh, I love this.
There we go. On the air is on the air. We'll see you in a second.
Let him.
Oh, why you look so sad? Tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess can make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Yeah. Let's get those lighters off.
Phones now.
That feels good.
That was awesome.
Well done, you
I
guys.
get a little weird chills.
Where are you? Hey, can I ask you? So we find you guys at pretendingchrissie.com, correct?
Yes.
And then where are you guys playing next?
We actually are going to be at Ramona Main Stage
Nice.
March 12th.
All right.
Two other bands will be playing with us. We have Pretenders, of course.
Yeah.
We have a Good Company. Good Company is going to be playing.
because they saved on the basis. So,
of course, double duty on there, and a Pat Benatar tribute as well.
We just had them last week here.
We belong?
We belong?
No. All fired up.
All fired up.
You don't belong.
Are there any? You're the only Chrissie Hynde Pretenders tribute band I've actually heard of. Is there any other ones out there? Because you sound like her. I mean, I honestly.
Yeah.
And you kind of look like
You
her.
kind of look like her.
I got the little
I've
chills.
been told that. You got goosebumps?
I do, yeah.
All right.
I hope that's what it is.
Are you guys based in San Diego here? You're
Yes,
based in LA?
we're all San Diego.
have to get him on the
That's
Wonder
Wild
Bus.
Rose.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Oh, yeah, the Wonder Bus.
Get him on the Wonder
Tim
Bus.
Pyles.
Right.
Come on, Pyles. Come on.
I'm working on it already.
That was the most terrifying experience of my life. We did it once. I won't do it again. And I love Ernie Hahn from Dream Hahn.
Yeah.
But
You
that was.
sponsor the Wonder Bus.
I know we do. Off 100 Studios.
We'll get you a harness
But
or a safety.
That was like
Yeah.
everybody was sitting down and I had to stand up and it was like,
Yeah.
oh wait, there's a branch.
Yeah.
I tell bands to work the core muscles
Oh,
first.
you have to.
All right.
New peeps. Here we
Our
are.
next guest, he's the pride of Chula Vista High School from KUSI Sports, Mr. Nick James.
There he is.
Nick James.
Oh, I see you dressed up for it.
Pride of Chula Vista High School.
Oh,
That's right.
I see you dressed up for the show.
Wow, the
Good.
pride
Right
of
there.
Vista High School. That's
very
what I'm
good.
talking
Nick.
about.
There's got to be a PE teacher.
What's going on? Good to
What's
see you.
up? What's
What's
up?
up, little
What's
Tommy?
up? What's up?
I give you love even though you went to Castle Park. It's all good.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Are you Chula Vista High? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Chula Vista High.
Both of my parents are Chula Vista High.
Nice. Spartans.
56 and 58.
A little bit before my time. A little bit. Just a little bit.
But you went to school with Donnie Edwards, right?
Yeah, Donnie Edwards and I played ball together.
And you guys were
in the day.
great, right?
What's ball? Paddle ball? Pickleball?
No, we played. Actually, I played basketball, but Donnie played all three.
But I mean,
basketball, baseball,
But
football.
you guys were doing it.
Our basketball team was really salty that year. We were really good that year.
I like
we were
basketball,
really
but
salty
the
that year.
sound is so annoying. It's like.
But Nick, you also did radio. Tell us
I
about
did a little
that.
bit of radio when I was in college at Mid-America Nazarene in Olathe, Kansas. So I was out there, and I used to run. They didn't have anyone.
The Salamanders. Big name. Division 8.
Yeah, we were like NAIA, and we were out there in. So I was out in Olathe, Kansas, and we were out there, and they didn't have anyone to do like radio, kind of like sportsy, kind of hip hop stuff. Cool. So they're like, "Hey, do you want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I come in there thinking I can, run whatever I want or do whatever I want, and didn't dawn on me we're at a Nazarene school, so I had to go get the Walmart version of everything that I wanted to play.
Pre-bleep.
Right, yeah, so if I wanted to get Jay-Z or Tupac or, whatever I wanted to play, it had to be the radio version. So
just get
I was
Kids
out there-
Bop now.
Yeah,
It's the easiest.
yeah, so, yeah.
Terrible, but
Yeah.
available.
Right.
So,
Terrible but available was my Tinder name.
Oh, okay, good, yeah.
So,
So how did you get into television from radio?
Well, I don't know. It was weird because what happened was one day I was the kid that graduated from Chula Vista High School, graduated and didn't really want to go back to school right away. I'm like, I'm done. Go to Harvard on the Hill, aka Southwestern College. So I'm like, okay, well, I was like, okay, I'll just kind of post up a little bit, and then I just try to figure it out. And I'd be hanging out with my buddies. We go to Caliente all the time and go bet on sports and come back and watch the games at my house.
what could go wrong?
Absolutely, what can go wrong?
College kids heading to TJ
Yeah.
to go bet on sports.
Exactly.
At the next to the bullfight area.
Exactly, right there, right next to Senor Frogs and everything. What could go wrong? I'm 18, 19 years old or whatever, so I'm trying to figure it out. And then we would come back and watch the games. So I would say stuff as the game's going on, and then the broadcaster would say it literally probably 5 or 10 seconds later. So I would say stuff, and then my buddies looked at me and they're like, "That's what you need to go do."
And speaking
So
of
that,
that,
so that's how I kind of got
wait.
into it. So
But
that's how it got into it.
enthusiasm without talent is an American Idol audition. So just because you're enthusiastic about something doesn't mean you get to do it. So bring us fast forward from the first chance you got.
Okay, so the first chance I got, I was actually interning at NBC with Jim Lazovic, and then I learned how to do everything there, and then I put a tape together. So he let me do a mock sportscast, that, and the other. I go out and shoot stand-ups at the golf course and put something together. Got my first on-air job in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Wow.
awesome.
Powder River, Letter Buck.
That's where Rip lives.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, Cheyenne Frontier Days. So I was out there.
Powder
River, Letter Buck. I was out there covering Wyoming, the Wyoming Cowboys, and a couple high schools they had out there in
And you're
Cheyenne.
learning everything.
So I'm learning everything on the fly. So a kid from San Diego, grew up in Chula Vista, then in Southeast San Diego at first, then moved to Chula Vista, trying to learn rodeo.
Wow.
On the fly, 9 or 10 days straight of rodeo. So I get there.
Trying to learn rodeo. You know what they call that? Tuesday.
Yeah. So I get out there and I'm learning rodeo. I'm out there. I got the hat, the roper shirt, the Wranglers, the
Okay,
boots.
come on. Everyone at home is wondering two words.
I'm all that.
Two words people at home are wondering. The chaps?
The chaps? No, not the chaps. But I did have the boot. But I did have the boots because to go in there with the camera and to shoot the Cowboys coming out and doing their thing, you had to have the boots on. That was like a requirement. So I'm, head to toe, and like I said, never knew anything about rodeo and had to learn rodeo on the fly.
Oh.
So I can tell you anything you need to know about PBR, bulldogging.
How long's a good ride?
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
8.7 seconds.
When I
on a
watch-
bull named Fu Manchu, just like the song says.
When I watch you doing PPR highlights,
Yeah.
you must have been influenced by Chris Berman. Can you give a little sample of what you say when you see a running back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Slowly, because I keep.
So I grew up watching Dan Patrick, Stu Scott, all these guys, Berman and all that. And one day I don't remember where I was in Lubbock or Cheyenne, Wyoming, or somewhere. And the guy was just kind of running down the field. And then this song back in the day was really, really, really popular. So the song is, this is where I got it from. ice cream paint job by Duro, and the sing is that I say on Friday nights is, yeah, buddy, rolling like a big shot, Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. And that's how the young, and so, but it has to be a long run. It has to be like 40, 50, 60 yards. It's not like a 5-yard run, a 1-yard run. I mean, the kid has to get the rock, tote it, and go 75, 80 yards. It's not like a little short
Not 8
run.
seconds.
Yeah, it's not 8 seconds.
Not a rodeo ride.
It's not a rodeo ride. It's not a rodeo
We
ride.
got Nick James, Jesse Lozano, and Tim Pyles. More after the break.
Kid, what changed your mood? You got all sad, so I feel sad too. I think I know some things we never outgrow. You think it's wrong, I can tell you do. How can I explain if you don't want me to?
It just sounds just like her, right? It sounds just like her. There you go.
If I put that on the Wonder Bus,
I know, you're fine.
people
You're
would
good.
think the
Oh,
Pretenders
they will think
are coming
if you
down the
guys,
road.
yeah, they will. They'll think
Put
it's a-
that up. Tell them. Who cares?
I want to talk about Loudspeaker.
Yeah.
And what time does that show air? 8 to 9 o'clock?
Sunday night, 7 to 10 on
7 to 10?
91X. Yeah, over 30 years on the radio. You know, we had a Loudspeaker Day a few years ago.
Did you
It's
really?
pretty cool. The city recognized the program.
Any interesting guests coming up?
Could it be the Sully Band?
Come on, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Show starts at 7, but you're going to come hang out with me for a little bit. We've been playing When the Battle Is Over, featuring the super talented Rebecca Jade.
I know why.
What
am I
a
even on
great
that?
hookup.
Why am I even on that track? I mean, if you hear that song, it's like, are you kidding me? She's the best singer I've ever even heard.
You've really pulled together some amazing talent, and you know, being the ringleader for all this. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I understand the vinyl will be in purple.
Vinyl's in purple. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, we have purple vinyl.
Try to eat it.
So 8 p.m. 91X. You can stream it worldwide, 91X.com. But I can't wait to hang out with you.
I love it. Yeah, I can't wait to go in there because you and I go so far back in my radio career. Like on day one.
Yeah.
From when I first started, there's Tim Pyles in the other room walking me through. Hey, can you get close to the mic? Do like this. You know, the whole thing the first day.
And we're a scooter now.
Well, who knows where?
That's a whole nother story.
Well, let's not call it.
And Jesse, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When iHeart puts on their festivals and their concerts, like the one in Las Vegas recently, you're always there, and you're always backstage in the green room.
Sure.
How is it like that? How is that?
Oh my gosh, it's really crazy. It's a lot of people standing in hallways waiting to meet celebrities that these days don't really want to hang out that much. They want their distance. But yeah, no, it's really crazy to have multiple artists in the same hallways, interviewing in the same platforms. And our iHeart Festival is what kind of creates these moments with all these bands. And it's a bunch of artists that would never get in a room together and collaborate, and all of a sudden they are. So yeah, it's crazy. We just actually announced our daytime stage too. So
So you're gonna have? I was gonna say because this is sort of a big deal when you guys do the big announcement.
Yeah. So in September, it's the iHeartRadio Music Festival weekend, September 23rd, 24th. But the daytime stage is this Saturday show they do out in the middle of the day. It's this place called Area 15 that's out there. They've got zip lines, and it's a art installation kind of event venue.
Wait, where?
In Vegas.
Wow.
And so that daytime stage is going to have Avril Lavigne and a handful of other artists that'll kind of do the daytime thing, but that's what they're giving away and selling tickets to right now.
Area 15, they flipped it from Area 51.
Exactly. It's got alien vibes, but I mean, it's like too much fun. It's clearly created for a festival and where you're wearing not much, maybe some neon paint.
I'm perfect.
Like those things.
I got that
Exactly.
outfit.
You two guys have no shame about that stuff, by the way.
I mean, anything.
Like you'll
oranges,
take your shirt off
desert.
anytime, and I've seen your posts. Like you'll just do it. You'll do it for the clicks.
I learned that a long time ago. I felt like I was working in LA and I wasn't standing out around these people that I was working around, and then I started wearing wacky stuff, and all of a sudden I was landing on the radar, and I just can't give it up anymore. Now it's like the only way I make a difference.
I was going to shave my head, but he's going to beat me to it.
Do you ever get to interview these guys?
Sure.
Like the big guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've done. Let's see. I mean, I had an Ed Sheeran interview recently. I've talked to pretty much everyone. I was trying to tell my daughter the other day and trying to convince her that I'm cool. That I've interviewed Kanye West. She didn't believe me. I mean, if I go down my menu over the years, it's pretty crazy.
Adele?
No Adele yet. I wish. That's probably the one. Adele and maybe like Dr. Dre are the ones I've never.
What's your degree of separation from, let's say, a Beatle?
A Beatle?
How many phone calls to get?
Yeah.
Hey, how many phone calls? Well, hold on a second, Tommy. How many phone calls to a Beatle?
Yeah,
Hold
how
on.
many- you know what?
Come on,
He
let me
would
get
be
this
my
ready.
first phone call.
Let me get this ready. How many phone calls to a Beatle?
Well, I know Patty, the song, what something was written for and all that. Patty Harrison Clapton. Patty Boyd Harrison Clapton.
Who do you have? Who's the biggest name on your speed dial?
That's cool.
Big name.
Jesse Lozano.
Well, do you have Russell Crowe's phone number still?
Probably do.
Do you have Jack Nicholson's phone number?
Yes, I do. I know that one by heart.
Do you have who's a guy from way back?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Perfect example.
There
you have
you
Arnold?
You know what? I don't, but I am working on it because I'm trying to get him on.
Oh, good.
I saw you get him on one time in the building. Is back in the day when I was starting in radio. I think you were out back with Arnold in the parking lot, bringing him in from some.
Oh, of course, because he liked to parade them by.
Yes, exactly.
Makes you guys feel bad.
Hey, but I have a question for Nick. Nick, with the Super Bowl going on and San Diego athletes actually playing in the Super Bowl, does that make you proud because you're part of the PPR and you see all these kids go up, and now one of those kids is actually a head coach for Minnesota? Like, how does that make you feel with Paul Rudy and everyone?
Yeah, it was cool. Kevin O'Connell and then Terrell Burgess played in it. He went to San Marcos, and it's cool to see. Like you said, you're watching them in high school, and then all of a sudden they blossom, and a few years later, they're in the NFL. They're starring in college. It's really cool to see just the maturation process.
John Lynch Jr. John Lynch Sr. was my first boss. That was the guy who owned 91X with the Nobel Group and all that. So that's
Isn't he in the Illuminati? Isn't he all of our bosses?
Yeah,
That's right.
That's exactly right. That's right.
Watching
The radio Illuminati. That's exactly right. Well, listen, I want to. We have a really special guest in the next break, and I want to give Pretending Chrissie another chance here to play because we're going to do a little switch over here. Really, kind of a different show today.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got one of our favorite bands, Daring Greatly, is going to be doing a show at the Belly Up, and they just showed up, and we said, you know what? Let's throw them up on stage.
They're playing tomorrow night at the Belly Up. Tonight, Garth Brooks is in San Diego, so.
All right.
Hey.
And at 2 o'clock, I'm at Rustic Ridge Winery in Hamul. Rustic Ridge Winery, Hamul, 2 to 5. Come out
Where are you
right
gonna be
now.
today? Well, where are you going to be Sunday then?
Today, Sunday Monarch on the that's
Right now,
everyone knows
Pretending Chrissie. Pretending Chrissie.
Yeah.
I found a picture of you. Oh, my heart shook my world tonight. To a place in the past we've been cast out of. Oh, now we're back in the fight. We're back on the train, yeah. Back on the chain gang. Circumstance beyond our control.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. Where can we see you next again? Where are we coming up?
Ramona, right?
Ramona Main Stage? Is that
What? Ramona!
All right, very good. Nice job. Okay,
Ramona Main Stage,
Yeah.
12th of March.
and your website again is? Website is what again?
PretendingChrissie.com.
2 S's.
Dynamite.
2 I's.
Right.
Like me.
Fantastic, you guys. We've got a bunch of stuff going here, but we have a really special guest. One of our favorite bands is just happens to be playing at the Belly Up Tavern. So tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night? Daring Greatly.
They got a new member too.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. Well, hold on. Is Dad still with him?
They ditched
You'd have to ask
Dad.
the band.
Or I'll ask the band.
They
ditched Dad?
They ditched Dad.
No way.
I don't think they ditched Dad. I think you must have
Now he's just the manager. Is that how it
That's
works?
what I'm going to go.
He was super fun on stage. And
yeah.
very
Gotta see
talented.
this.
But they got a new guy, Matt Spatoli. Matt Spatoli.
All right, well, let's get him on
Totally.
here.
I loved his work.
Pretending Chrissie, thank you
That's
guys
right
so
here.
much. We love having you on. We'll definitely come back.
Amazing.
That was good. And we're not pretending. That was good.
Just they really kicked the dad out of the band? Is that like the dad got absolutely booted?
Sometimes.
Because this is what I heard. Because I've got background footage from when Daring Greatly met and had to talk to their dad. And this is what
You have the footage. Oh.
But you know what?
That was it.
But you know what?
And we haven't. Nobody's seen him since.
Hey, their dad, Dale, is the one that called and said, "Hey, can you get the group on?"
Yeah.
So he's
and
still probably
then he
part of
also
it.
said, Can you put in a good word for me?
Hey, but before we get to Daring Greatly, real quick, Tim, what are you up to?
Sunday night, Loudspeaker, 7 p.m. That is tomorrow night. We're going to have my friend Sully on at 8 p.m. Play some tracks from the brand new debut album.
Oh, you're going to play music too?
Yeah, we're playing some tracks. Yeah, you get to pick. Let's
Well, I
play
know
3
the other
tracks.
bands you do, but you and I are pals. I thought I was going in there to work a little bit.
I'm excited to have you on,
I'm
man.
really stoked too.
I'm really proud of what you've accomplished and what you've done,
thank
and
you.
this is really cool. Thanks for making
And
me
you and
part
I have
of
been
it.
together in media in some ways for 25, 26 years. Maybe, something
Yeah,
like that.
over 20 years. I mean, it's
And-
like watching this kid grow up.
And
from-
speaking of
from
that
the boy
kid,
toy.
speaking of that kid, Jesse, what do you got going on?
Please listen to Star 94.1, 6 to 10, Jesse and Tati in the morning. We also talk about the Sully Band on our show. But more than anything, our One More Win charity golf tournament. Tickets are on sale. We'll help out high school athletes here in San Diego. You can purchase tickets at onemorewin.org.
OneMoreWin.org.
Either
Very
way.
good.
Spell it any way you want, friends.
And shout out to Tati and Shelly Brown.
That's right.
And Nick James, are you going to feature Sully's out?
No, come on.
Right here.
But you know what you should do?
Yep.
You should do Unlikely Sports Heroes starring Russ T Nailz and have him do different sports. It'd be a whole show.
I'm a pickleball whiz myself.
There you go.
There it is.
That's
The
what I'm
new
talking
sport.
about.
Just
Yeah.
don't say pickle and whiz in the same sentence. On
Yeah,
the show.
just watch KUSI.
Be out of the kitchen.
And I want to remind you guys, if you want to come in, we're putting together a live studio audience here coming forward. All you have to do is send an email to controlroom@loft100studios.com. And apparently, we have a whole complement of people that want to come in here.
Awesome.
And you each
awesome.
get a free mask because we have a buttload and we just don't know what to do with it.
So look who's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Wow.
Daring Greatly. I love these guys.
Wait a second. So your dad asked me to put a good word in for him. So is that train left the station? Is that so?
That's pretty much done.
But
Move along,
Dale's a
man.
great guy, though,
Hey.
and I see you have a new bass player.
Yeah, we picked him up from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he was just on the side of the road there, dressed exactly like that.
Cheese.
We opened the doors, and it turns out he could play every instrument known to man.
He's rocking those Tom Jones pants.
and the new guy, his name is Matt Spatola, and then next to him, to his right, is Braden Terrio on drums,
cajon.
playing the
My
cajon.
favorite guy in the band, by the way.
We just heard from Patrick Kroon, and then his little brother Liam.
You guys, if you stood, I've never stood next to these guys except for maybe on the street and every once in a while. You guys are like 6'5", 6'6" when you blow dry, right? Tall men. Wow.
Tall men.
You guys are
And
tall
then
men.
and then the other new guy, David Mills on guitar, the boy wonder.
Well, he's been with the band for a while. You've seen him. In fact, Russ did an interview with him.
Yeah, who's hiding behind those Foster Grants, it's called, and we find out.
He was the only non-Canadian in the band.
Yet he knows about hockey.
Yeah, that's
Barely.
fantastic.
So what are you guys playing tonight? Tell us about tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, Sunday, we are playing at Belly Up. It's about our 10th appearance there. It's only the second or third time we're headlining. And we got some buddies of ours called We the Commas. They're a local band. They're opening up for us. They start at 7:30, and we go on around 8:15.
My favorite local band in town, Derek. Tim, will you do the Saturday Night Live thing? Will you stand up?
Yeah.
And then and stand over here.
Here's your
and
camera.
then face David.
Cold open,
And,
cold
and,
open.
and do the whole ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like Saturday Night Live. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, Daring Greatly.
Thanks, boys. This one's called Never a Goodbye. It's from the new album.
I'm struggling with something